Throwing caution to the wind ultimately ends up costing us all. It is the literal definition of whistling past the graveyard, pretending this isn't around us.
A warning tonight from the governor to Hoosiers not taking the pandemic seriously as coronavirus numbers continue to surge. We've got several big stories to tell you about this evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm Phil Sanchez, and tonight the governor is in quarantine after the state health commissioner tested positive for the coronavirus, and the state's mask mandate is extended for another month. We have team coverage tonight with Demi Johnson covering Dr. Christina Box's positive test and where she got the virus. We'll hear from her in just a moment, but we start tonight with Dan Klein, who's live outside the State House. Dan.
The governor blames people who are not taking the health guidelines seriously for this recent surge, but he's not putting in any additional restrictions, at least for now.
Too many are ignoring science and are rolling the dice.
The numbers are obvious. Indiana is heading in the wrong direction. A record number of positive cases, hospitalizations at levels not seen since May, and the positivity rate jumping more than a full percentage point in less than a month.
I'm concerned every minute of the day.
Our numbers are not good, and they're very concerning.
Especially for hospitals, where patient numbers statewide have nearly doubled in the past month. While Governor Eric Holcomb added 4 more weeks to the mask mandate, extending it to November 14th, he imposed no other new restrictions. He says it's not event size which is the problem, but too many people not masking and socially distancing when they should.
We are proving that you can go to a Colts game or a soccer game or school or go shopping, and you can do it safely. The numbers, in fact, have everything to do with how many of us are and aren't letting our guard down.
As he was pressed about no changes, he pointed to other states which are seeing surges even with far more stringent guidelines. Holcomb and other top officials spoke Wednesday from quarantine because of Dr. Box's positive test results the previous day. From separate locations, a common plea.
We are all over dealing with this, but this pandemic is not over.
A disregard for the health of their fellow citizens.
Please look at the choices you're making. Think of your grandmother, elderly neighbor, your coworker.
It always traces back to the surges, traces back to folks who just believe it won't happen to them.
Governor Holcomb took a rapid test yesterday, for the virus, which was negative. He followed that up with another test this afternoon. He hopes to have the results for that by tomorrow, midday at the latest. Of course, we'll keep you posted with a text alert as soon as those results are released. Reporting live outside the State House, Dan Klein, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. To the numbers now. State health officials confirming nearly 1,200 new cases today so far. More than 139,000 Hoosiers have tested positive. Another 14 have died. That makes for at least 3,609 deaths in the state so far. Meanwhile, the state's health commissioner confirms that she and other members of her family have tested positive for COVID-19. News 8's Demi Johnson live in downtown. And Demi, Dr. Box believes the spread began at her grandson's daycare.
Yeah, it's too soon to say for sure that the daycare is where it all began, but for right now, Dr. Box says all signs point to that. Now, I got perspective from a daycare not at all connected with Dr. Box's family, but the owner tells me even with all of her extra effort to keep kids safe, she knows no business is immune from COVID-19.
I need to let you know that my daughter, Catherine, my grandson, Liam, and I have all tested positive for COVID-19.
Dr. Christina Box sharing personal news at today's statewide coronavirus briefing and also assuring Hoosiers she's kept her circle small.
From the beginning of this pandemic, my husband David and I have included in our kind of social bubble, family bubble, our 4 grown children and their spouses, 3 of which live here in town, and our 23-month-old grandson, Liam.
Box believes her grandson was the first in the family to have the virus.
He'd go to an outside daycare, which is a home daycare, very small number of kids and caretakers. He subsequently ended up with a cold, which his mom ended up with over the weekend. And then unfortunately, 2 of their daycare workers turned up positive for COVID-19.
Bach says like any other positive case, state contact tracers are working to get in touch with everyone she may have been around in the past 48 hours. Her diagnosis wasn't all that surprising to owner of Broad Ripple Babysitting Bungalow, Ashley Robertson.
I feel like I can't do enough.
When in fact, she's done a lot, including cutting her client list down, separating nap spaces, requiring families to pack their own lunches and silverware, and adding extra cubbies and air filters to her home.
The number of wipes we use has tripled. The number of loads of laundry has doubled, because previously to COVID, I would use a washcloth on multiple children's painty hands, right? Because it's just paint. But now I'm being hyper vigilant to only use one washcloth on one child.
So far, Robertson says the extra effort has paid off at her daycare, but she knows one wrong move and that could all change.
I am not going to social outings. I am not dining at restaurants. For me, it's post office, bank, grocery store. I mean, I'm not even really getting takeout. So super, super isolating, because I feel like I have an ethical responsibility to the families I serve to be an extension of them in the safest way possible.
Dr. Bach says right now she's showing no symptoms, and state leaders also reminded people today the importance of sharing your information with contact tracers. Live in Indianapolis, Demi Johnson, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.